I'm John from Fly 8 Mike Alpha, CFI turned airline pilot turned back to CFI. Come along on my journey, flying Alaska to Florida and beyond. So after our relaxing evening in the Walmart parking lot, we hit the road again to go visit my aunt and uncle out in Albuquerque. They have this amazing house that my uncle just kind of happened into, full of hundreds of head of game, just from all over the world. Of course, a lot of these animals are endangered and were taken long before any sort of protections were put in place back in the early 1900s. All over the world, just super cool how well they're preserved and kind of creepy, kind of neat. Mostly neat. Either way, after a really good visit, we hit the road again, drove through Painted Desert Petrified Forest National Park, beautiful views and just really cool scenery, and all this different colored red rock and orange and beautiful colors, especially right as the sun was going down. When you misjudge your fuel calculations just a little bit, this kind of comes in handy. Don't you wish you could do this in the airplane? Oh shit. Fuck. And if you're wondering what that look on my face is, well, the fuel gauge on our particular Chevy is a little bit unreliable and jumps all over the place, so it jumped to 0. So then we decided to use our 5 gallons diesel we had to at least guarantee we'd be able to make it out of the park, but that little plastic nozzle that sticks out of the end of that vinyl tube managed to kind of fall out down into the fuel tank. So hopefully that doesn't present too much of a problem for us in the future with our fuel pump or anything like that. As the sun was setting around Painted Desert, we went ahead and made our way over towards Meteor Crater RV Park. That was our stopping point for the night, just a little bit further into Arizona across the border. We officially hit Arizona, and then we became tourists at Meteor Crater. Very neat thing to see, kind of touristy, kind of a bit of a tourist trap. Really interesting how a guy way back in the day was able to actually buy a meteor crater from the government, I guess, whoever owned that land prior. I figured, buying your own meteor crater is kind of hard to come by. I'm having a really hard time finding vacant land with a mountain view here in Anchorage, but this guy managed to find a meteor crater that he was able to buy, and now it's basically a private trust or whatever that runs this place, kind of as a little touristy thing. So, kind of neat. After playing tourist at Meteor Crater, it was time for us to go ahead and check out some state parks. The first state park we checked out in Arizona was Dead Horse Ranch in Cottonwood, pretty neat. And then our favorite so far of the trip was Lost Dutchman in Apache Junction. Amazing trails, amazing hikes, and a wonderful view. Welcome to the Flight Mike Alpha mobile office inside of Lost Dutchman State Park in Arizona. Today we're going to do a little bit of video editing work and then go out and climb that mountain right there. Look at that view. That's my office view. That's pretty sweet. You can go hiking in the Tonto National Forest around awesome freaking mountains and a whole bunch of cacti. Cactuses? Cacti?
Cacti.
Cacti. That's what they are.
The plural.
Pretty good spot for a hike. That's what, about 3 miles or so far, would you say?
Probably about more than 1,000 feet in elevation gain.
Yeah,
so we're doing pretty good.
Pretty sweet spot.
Yeah.
I mean, despite not having an airplane with us right now, we still know how to have a good time.
We will come back and fly over this area though.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're definitely getting some good shots with the GoPros of all this stuff. This is freaking sweet.
I want to see what's way up there.
At the very tip top.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be an airplane adventure. 'Cause I'm not climbing that whole thing. So, well, let's see how much higher we can get. All right, we are definitely not in Florida anymore. It's high and warm. It's cool in the shade. It's much cooler in the shade.
Higher elevation, so our lungs are adjusting a little bit.
But it is pretty freaking sweet.
How cool is this?
This is pretty freaking cool. This is really, really cool.
Hashtag worth it.
I would agree. I'd say it's worth it. It's a little exhausting when you're from sea level, born and raised.
Sia's even doing it.
A little Pomeranian can keep up, so I guess I should be able to. But
Everybody we meet along the way is like, how's the dog? How's the dog? And here we are dying.
holy crap. This is freaking sweet. What in the world made this?
Look at all the cacti just growing on the rocks. I mean,
Yeah,
pretty crazy.
they're pretty tough little things. Hanging on. You want to go fly through it?
Yeah, through this valley right here, see?
Yeah, we're gonna fly right through that. And then climb like crazy. Maybe Draco can do it. I don't know about the 170. Call
We can
him
beat Draco.
Oh, look at you. 4-wheel drive.
This could be us. So when people say that it's not safe to fly an airplane, apparently hiking's not safe either.
So as the sun started to set on us, we decided to cut the hike a little short. Didn't make it all the way to the top there, but we got some amazing views on the way down and got the drone up for a little bit. Just a super beautiful area. It's called Flatiron, is the very top of that peak there, and hopefully we will get to return one day and hike all the way up to the top if we could get just a little bit of an earlier start. But in our typical fashion, we seem to always run late. But hey, you know, sleeping in's kind of nice too. But after we got back to the RV, we discovered that there was some visitors, and I went on a little bit of a killing spree. Gotcha! So Steph's making dinner, I'm killing flies, and doing some video editing, and now the RV kind of smells like burnt fly.
Just found out that John is a murderer.
The next day we woke up to some pretty beautiful little contrails in the sky, and then got out on the mountain bikes for a nice little ride around before packing up the RV once again and continuing our trip on over towards Goodyear. So, not exactly the longest episode in the world. It was a much longer hike than 2.5 minutes or whatever this episode turns out to be, I swear. I'm kind of dying. Steph's laughing at me. But it's a beautiful, beautiful place. We do have to come back. Where's our summit? It's all the way...
And we have to hike all the way up there.
right up to that tip.
But it got too late in the day for us to do it right now. It's going to be dark in like an hour or two. So
Yeah. So, we will come back. Again, probably in the airplane. It's a lot quicker to get to the summit in the airplane than it is to walk up this thing. But there's a ton of awesome hiking and biking trails all through this park. It's Lost Dutchman State Park. We're like 30 plus minutes, 35 minutes or so outside of Phoenix. And tomorrow we are heading to Goodyear Airport, Goodyear, Arizona, to go hang out at LAT, Lufthansa Aviation Training, where they train all the Lufthansa pilots. And
Lufthansa.
Yes, Steph always corrects me. So we're going to go there, hang out for about a week, do some filming. They invited us out to kind of talk a little bit about the difference between airline life and CFI life. So for those of you that saw the Why I Quit the Airline video that I got a bunch of hate on, a lot of people liked it, a few people didn't, whatever. But I want to really show people what it's like to be a CFI, you know, compared to the airline life. So they were kind enough to invite Steph and I out there, and we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of filming around there, kind of follow around some of their CFIs and show you what it's like to work for them. So should be a pretty cool week. We'll bring you a lot more videos. We're gonna put them up on the flight training channel though, because it's more flight training-ish related than vloggy related.
Yeah.
So tomorrow, Steph's gonna grab the 170 out of Las Vegas, bring it down to Phoenix. I'm bringing the RV over to Phoenix, or well, you know, Goodyear, whatever. And
it'll be in the dark, but we're planning on that. So
yeah,
I'll be getting some more night cross-country hours.
Yeah, actually one time we're planning to fly in the dark, or Steph is anyways, compared to us just trying not to fly in the dark and then doing it anyways. But either way, you guys know what to do. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe over by Steph's face, you know, if you have not already. And we'll bring you a lot more stuff from Goodyear, a lot more stuff from around Arizona. It's gonna be up on the flight training channel, so make sure you check that out. Subscribe to that if you have not already. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. That's so weird. These rocks are fake. This whole place is fake. It's hollow. It's the same noise when I tap on my head.